In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible team right now in Season 8 in NBA 2K23 My Team. As you guys know, we've gotten some crazy cards in Season 8, and the best team in the game has completely changed with tons of new endgames, invincibles, and just cards in general. So I'll be going over what is the best team you guys can build. Like to do these videos, especially once a new season drops, so you guys can see what the best team in the game is. So at the starting point guard position, for my best team in my team is going to be endgame Luka Doncic. But let me know in the comment section down below if you guys had every card to choose from, unlimited amounts of MT. Let me know what is your guys' best 10-man rotation you guys can come up with every single card to your choosing. Now, Luka Doncic, I think, is a very close debate for being the best point guard. He is 6'7" though at the point guard position, 6'8" wingspan, and like I said, he's an endgame card, so 99 every single stat, 64 Hall of Fame badges. He's got that crazy good jump shot. It's fast, easy to time once you get used to, and then he's also got those great dribble sigs. So I do think Luka has to be the best point guard in my team and be the starting point guard on this type of squad. Now, at the starting shooting guard position, I do think is going to be the endgame Kevin Durant. I mean, he's still 6'10" at that shooting guard position. You know, he's got a 7'4" wingspan, a great player model for a shooting guard. And yeah, he's going to be very similar, pretty much the exact same card to Luka Doncic. He's just going to have a little bit more height and a little bit longer wingspan and maybe a little bit better player model, but they're going to have the exact same jump shot and the exact same dribble sigs. But to have these two cards in the backcourt is going to be elite level offense. And then in our front court with our small forward, power forward, and center, I mean, this is where we get to the big dogs, man. We got invincible Victor Wembanyama as our starting small forward. I still think is the best card in the game, and I don't see how anybody besides maybe an endgame Taco or an endgame Yao Ming is going to top Victor Wembanyama, because he's a 7'5" small forward, 8-foot wingspan. I mean, the card's got 99 every single stat. He's got an elite level jump shot with the Kyle Kuzma base, Tim Duncan upper on very quick timing. So good jump shot on Victor. He's got the Trey fade, which is the best fade in the game. He's got pretty much the best dribble sigs. He's got some of the best dunk packages and also maxed out tendencies for driving, dunk, standing dunk, flashy dunk, and also maxed out tendencies for his defense. I mean, Victor Wembanyama is an absolute cheat code, easily the best card in the game and easily the best small forward, and having him pairing alongside Kevin Durant and Luka is going to be a crazy 1-2-3 combo. And then in our front court, you gotta throw Manute Bol, right? Still one of the best cards in the game. He's not an invincible or an endgame card, but still, I mean, he's gonna be an absolute beast at power forward, probably like a top 3 to 5 card in the game. He's 7'7" at the power forward position, 8'5" wingspan, one of the best player models in my team. He's super big in game, where he's just gonna block so many shots, contest so many shots, grab every single rebound. He's quick enough where he can run the floor, you know, in transition. He's got a decent enough jump shot where he can green somewhat consistently. He's not going to be some crazy overpowered 3-hunting guard and a guy that's going to score a lot for you, but he does everything well besides scoring the ball. He can rebound, he can defend, he can guard most positions in the game, and then on offense, he can hit a wide open 3. He's really good in the pick and roll because he's unstoppable going to the basket, and he's really good at matching down low and causes so many mismatches, especially at the power forward position. Like, think about it. Like, if you have this squad and you're matching up against an opponent, who the hell are they going to put on Victor Wembanyama? No one can really guard him. Then they got to worry about Manute Bol, and then they also have to worry about Yao Ming. Like, having these 3 guys in the front court, I mean, you got to have at least 2 or 3 7'5" cards, or at least one of these cards is going to dominate. And then you also got to worry about the 3-hunting guards in Kevin Durant and Luka Doncic. So this starting lineup is pretty much unstoppable. Like, I think the front court of Yao Ming and Manute Bol is a really good combo next to each other. Yao Ming is 7'6" at the center position, 7'9" wingspan. And Yao Ming can do everything you need really from your center, knock down threes, but mainly just going to be there for his size and his defense. I mean, this starting lineup is ridiculous with the size, the defense, and mainly the offensive scoring ability. I don't know how anybody stops this team on the defensive end, but yeah, this is going to be, in my opinion, the best starting lineup in my team. Now to talk about the bench, I actually really like the cards coming off the bench. We got Nikola Jokic as our backup point guard. I mean, still could be argued the best point guard in my team because he's 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan, and probably the easier point guard to use in game for most players, just because he doesn't have that crazy fast jump shot. He doesn't rely so much on 3-hunting and scoring the ball. He can affect the game in so many different ways with his defense, his size, his rebounding ability. like just having that switchable ability at the point guard position where he can guard most point guards, obviously shooting guards, small forwards, and even a lot of power forwards as well. You know, maybe if people are running smaller power forwards in the game, Jokic is just so versatile at that point guard position. But yeah, he does still have a pretty good jump shot with the Eric Paschall base, Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing, and he does have solid dribble sigs for a 6'11" point guard. So I think for sure Jokic and Luka are going to be the 2 point guards on this squad. And then for the backup shooting guard position, this is where you can honestly argue so many different cards. I think I'm gonna go Paul George though. I really like this card because of his player model and his size, and he just gets great defensive animations. I will say Tracy McGrady is 100% gonna be here in the last 3 spots because this invincible T-Mac card is still an absolute glitch, and it really comes down to how good you are with the endgame jump shot, right? The endgame jump shot is what every single endgame card in the game has. So basically all the end games have the exact same jump shot, which is going to be the KPJ base, Sadiq Bey upper on very quick timing, and it's a little bit fast of a jump shot. It takes a little bit of time to get used to. So once again, the easier card is probably Tracy McGrady. He's got an easier jump shot, but defensively, I mean, Paul George is a way better defender. He's way better at slashing to the rim. He's taller, more size. I mean, the only thing you can argue is I guess T-Mac might have a better jump shot. Paul George moves way better than T-Mac. The only thing you can argue is T-Mac has a better jump shot, but that really comes down to preference. So I do think Paul George is going to be our backup shooting guard, a really good pairing with Jokic in the backcourt off the bench. And then for a backup small forward position, you still got to give it to the Hero Bull. Just like Manute Bol and Yao Ming, one of the only few cards, and also not Paolo Banchero, just like Jokic, you know, Yao Ming, Manute Bol, one of the few cards that aren't invincible or endgames and the best team in the game, but you still gotta put them in the squad. You got Bol, who's a 7'2" small forward, 7'7" wingspan, and a card that can really do everything at such a high level and is really glitchy because of his size, his wingspan, and just his animations in game. He's got a decent jump shot, great dribble sigs for a card that's 7'2". Like, he moves very fast in game and is also an elite level defender at that small forward position. For the backup power forward spot, I think it's really between D-Rob and Joel Embiid. I mean, they're very similar cards. It just comes down to player model, and that's it. I mean, if you compare Joel Embiid and D-Rob, they're practically the exact same card. I really can't think of a difference, except D-Rob's got 1 inch on him. I think Joel Embiid's got a slightly better player model, but that one really comes down to preference. But yeah, you take a look at the stats, obviously the same. Badges, obviously the same. Tendencies, the same. And then you take a look at the animations, also the same. So what is the difference between Joel Embiid and D-Rob is 1 inch in height and then player model. So for that one, I don't really know. I think D-Rob might be slightly better just because I do like that jump shot a little bit more on lefties. I've just noticed when I've used D-Rob, you know, on his endgame, and I've used that endgame Bill Russell. I don't know why, but maybe I'm just in my head about this, but I feel like I'm more consistent with the lefty jump shot with the KPJ base and the Sadiq Bey upper. I felt a lot more confident greening shots with Bill Russell, you know, than a Joel Embiid or a Luka Doncic, those righty releases. So maybe the lefty is a little bit better of a release timing, at least for me personally. So that's why I'm starting D-Rob, just because of that reason. But I think it's very close. If you want to put Joel Embiid in there, you can definitely go ahead and do so. And then for the last center position, I think it's really just down for Rick Smith. I mean, he's going to round out our 10-man rotation. He's still a really good center card in the game, 7'4" with a 7'7" wingspan, but I'm sure he'll be getting outclassed very soon once we get our endgame Taco Fall or Yao Ming or some crazy endgame card. They'll be coming in the near future. I'm sure he won't be on the best team in the game for a while, but I think for now, I mean, I guess you could do this if you wanted to, but you're just not going to have enough size to match up against the Manute Bols and the Yao Mings. So maybe you can spread it out, maybe start like Joel Embiid if you wanted to, something like that. There's so many different possibilities with this type of team, but just for now, I think I'm gonna leave it like this for my 10-man rotation. And then, like I said, for those last 3 spots, I think T-Mac's definitely got to be there. I think Joel Embiid's got to be there. I mean, you could even put Danny Granger, like, he's still a really good shooting guard. I love this invincible Danny Granger card. I think he's actually super underrated. You could put Ben Simmons if you want more of like a defensive point guard, maybe on that starting lineup, and you could put invincible Shaq, invincible Kristaps, Pink Diamond Taco. There's so many different cards in the game. I'm gonna just put Bill Russell because, once again, not Bill Walton. I really like this Bill Russell card. I'm not really taking that 13 spot too seriously, just kind of throwing 3 players there at the end. But yeah, Bill Russell, I really liked his jump shot. I feel like his defense is on a whole different level just because of his player model and his animations in game. But let me know in the comment section down below, guys, if once again, if you had every card to choose from, unlimited amounts of MT, every single free card, every single lock-in card in the game, what is the best 10 or 13 man rotation you guys can build? Let me know if you guys would change anything about this squad. Obviously, there's tons of other great cards out there that I didn't include in this team, but hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.